KXO.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti, NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The NFL Draft is now less than a week away, and Alabama quarterback Bryce Young is expected by many to be the first overall pick. Appearing on NFL Network Thursday, Young would not reveal if the Panthers have told him he's their guy, but he had great things to say about their organization.
Been able to talk to them, and they have a very clear plan of what they want for the future and what they've been building. And it was just a great opportunity for me, a great experience. I learned a lot just from hearing about their philosophies on and off the field.
Another top quarterback prospect had an interesting final pre-draft visit. Kentucky quarterback Will Levis met with the Patriots Wednesday. New England, of course, drafted Mac Jones in round 1 just 2 years ago. Elsewhere, Giants general manager Joe Schoen says he's not sure if Saquon Barkley will report to training camp amid a contract dispute. Barkley has not been present for voluntary workouts, and Schoen says they haven't spoken for several weeks. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
I think somewhere along the line I mentioned we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. And it is a Friday, 21st day of April, 2023. I'm Carroll. In the newsroom, it's Gene Brister. Gene made it back.
It's a special assignment. I can't tell you anything else. It's just really special.
Oh, well, I have to assure you, I have plenty of clearances.
Do you really?
Yeah. So you can tell me, and you know, the need to know is very important as well.
Very high alert.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you can have a top secret clearance, but if you don't have the need to know.
Well, you're just out of luck.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is. It's been that way.
Yes. And we're not really going to have an issue with the wind. It's going to get a little bit warm, but the evenings are cooling off. And all things considered, I have no complaints about the weather, as if anybody would care anyway.
I was going to say, I don't think they're going to care.
Yes. Oh, have you ever been in an IKEA store?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Swedish home furnishings giant IKEA said they are going to spend $2.2 billion opening 17 new stores in the U.S. over the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, boy, you think putting together a piece of IKEA furniture is tough? Yeah, try putting together 17 IKEA stores using just an Allen wrench, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See how far you get with that one.
Carpal tunnel.
Oh, yes.
I see it now.
You know, if Pam and I would go to IKEA, and it's been a long, long time, I would sit and eat the meatballs, and she'd go wandering off.
Well, I didn't know that they had meatballs at an IKEA store. But
well, yes, Swedish meatballs in the Swedish IKEA store.
I learned something new.
Yeah, okay.
Chew on pass me that corner of that table over here. I'd like to chew on it.
Yeah, you got a napkin? These are kind of messy.
Messy. Slipped out of my hand.
Yes. Okay, tomorrow we celebrate.
Why not? Why wait till tomorrow when you can celebrate today?
Well, we'll celebrate today as well, but tomorrow is National Record Store Day.
Okay.
Where's Rich McCoy in lead music when you need him, huh?
Does anybody know what a record is?
Yes. It's National Record Store Day. And I just read vinyl records. This past year, vinyl records outsold CDs for the first time in years. People are back to vinyl, and yes, it does sound better.
Things are a-changing.
Yes. Okay. You want some birthdays?
Gonna have some.
Okay.
Yes.
Big shot birthdays. Actor, comedian Elaine May, 91. Singer Iggy Pop, 77. Actor Patti LuPone, 74. Actor Tony Danza, 72. Actor James Morrison is 69. Actor Andy McDowell, 65. Actor Leslie Silva, 55. Actor Toby Stevens, 54. Comedian Rob Riggle, 53. Comedian Nicole Sullivan, 53. Actor James McAvoy is 44. Actor Terrence J, 41. Actor Christopher Sanders, 35. Actor Frank Delane is 32. Local birthdays coming up.
Too often, unused prescription drugs find their way into the wrong hands. That's dangerous and often tragic. That's why it was great to see thousands of folks from across the country clean out their medicine cabinets and turn in a record amount of prescription drugs. You can join them safely and anonymously by cleaning out your medicine cabinet and turning in old and unused prescription drugs on Saturday, April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Starbucks parking lot on 4th Street.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Brittany Baldwin, Rebecca Hernandez, Albert Espinoza, Connie Hoyt, Mary Davis, Travis Gallagher, Gale Gomez, Steve Campos, Sandy Craddock, Beverly Alvarado, Matt Juleson, Rudy Coronado, Anthony Cruz, and Alex Vasquez. Happy birthday from KXO. And, of course, we mentioned Matt Juleson there with a birthday. Matt was our production coordinator and American Sign Language interpreter for our high school football broadcast for a number of years.
I remember him.
Okay.
He's in San Diego now, right?
He is in San Diego, and he is an American Sign Language interpreter.
Are there only American Sign Language people?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, have you ever thought about that?
I'll have to check on that.
We have Bolshevik sign language people over here. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, news out of England, a rescue dog was treated for a rare case of alcohol addiction and withdrawals. The owner passed away, and the dog, as they took him into a shelter, found out addicted to alcohol and was having withdrawals. I figure the breed of the dog is a Boston Lager Terrier.
Yeah.
Probably, well, it was in England, so probably, going
to tip a pint to you.
Yes. We'll have a pint of warm beer. So.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got news and such. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Roy.
We'll jump in with a look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. They are your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. Hundreds of high school and college students across Florida plan to walk out of classes today to protest what they believe is government censorship and anti-LGBTQ policies. State Democratic Party Chairwoman Nikki Fried blames Governor DeSantis.
He and his enablers are pushing extreme agenda on our schools, our students, our teachers.
DeSantis repeated his vow this week that Florida, quote, will not surrender to the woke mob. President Biden could announce his bid for re-election as early as next week. CBS's Weijia Jiang.
In recent weeks, he has made it clear that he plans to run again. And of course, this could set up a rematch between him and former President Donald Trump, who is currently the frontrunner for the GOP nomination.
Homeowners picking up the pieces after a deadly storm system in Oklahoma. CBS's Omar Villafranca is in cold.
The roof is gone. The windows and walls are blown out, and there's debris spread all over the place.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Two men who served 16 years in prison for a shooting they didn't commit now officially declared innocent.
It's amazing. I thought about this day for so long. I thought about it when I was locked up for 17 years. I thought about it for my last 2 years being free. I waited for this day because, I knew I was innocent of every crime they said I committed.
Juan Rayford and Dupree Glass convicted of firing into a house full of people in Lancaster. They were released in 2020 but were officially declared innocent at a court hearing Thursday. The mayor of Oakland says she now thinks the negotiations she was involved in aimed at keeping the A's in Oakland were just being used by the team as leverage as they plotted to move to Las Vegas.
At every opportunity, the A's have made increasing demands on Oakland. And at every opportunity, we have risen to the challenge and overcome the hurdles placed before us.
Mayor Shenthal speaking after the A's announced plans to purchase land in Las Vegas and build a new stadium that the team would move to by 2027. Heating up today across the state, Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
It's page one of the local news, page one of service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley, at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Friday morning, a suspect arrested in a school bus shooting. The Imperial County Sheriff's Office has made an arrest in a shooting incident involving a Calipatria School District bus. On Wednesday, Imperial County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Brawley Police Department at about 11 a.m. in reference to a man shooting at a Calipatria school bus. On Tuesday afternoon, the bus driver had gone to the Brawley Police Department to file a report of the incident that happened in the area of Highway 111 and Andre Road in the county. An investigation led to evidence that identified a man and a woman having been involved, as well as 2 vehicles of interest. The man was later identified as a 53-year-old Brannon Carlisle, a resident of Lakeside, California. At about 6:50 p.m. Wednesday, Carlisle was located in the Brawley Walmart store. An RV driven by Carlisle at the time of the incident was located in the parking lot. Carlisle was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail for domestic violence with injuries, assault with a deadly weapon involving a firearm, child endangerment, and shooting at an occupied vehicle. The woman was released without charges. There were no injuries involved in the incident, but the Calipatria High School softball team was brought back to Calipatria, and their game with Imperial was forfeited because of the incident. Well, here's a good one for you. The Boulder Fair. It's on its way this Saturday. It's being held at the Desert View Tower. It will be in the Boulder Park. There will be a lot of natural information, gardening tips, a desert plant walk, arts and crafts, mineral exhibits, and information, live music, and a lot more. To get to the Desert View Tower, take Interstate 8 West up the mountain grade, take the Inkapa exit, and follow the signs. KXO News Time, 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Continuing with more local news, the Prescription Drug Take-Back Day is coming your way. Here's more on that story.
It is a chance for you to rid your medicine cabinet of unneeded and unwanted medication. There will be a collection site at the Starbucks on South 4th Street in El Centro from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. With KXO's Tracy Lyon Ramirez broadcasting live from the site from 10 to noon. Yuma residents will have a collection site at the Sheriff's Office substation on South Frontage Road in the foothills. The event provides an opportunity to prevent pill abuse, theft, and accidental poisoning by ridding households of expired, unused, and unwanted prescription drugs. Tablets, capsules, patches, and other solid forms of prescription medications will be collected. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
APCD LEAP program, George Gale explains.
LEAP stands for Lawn Equipment Exchange Program. Under the Air Pollution Control District program, residents can exchange their dirty, operable gas-powered mower and lawn equipment for an electric mower, leaf blower, or string trimmer at a discounted price. The exchange will be May 6th at SA Recycling Center, 460 East Holton Road in El Centro. Pre-registration is required at 818-400-2971. For more information, contact the local APCD. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, that concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley. Remember, Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
This is Sarah Griffin with the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
Page 2 of the local news and weather, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls, 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
Continuing with more local news, Aspen Institute has announced the winners of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. Imperial Valley College, along with the Amarillo College in Texas, were recognized as 2-year colleges that are working to change students' lives. The 2 colleges will split the $1 million prize. According to the Aspen Institute, both colleges serve large rural areas with high rates of poverty and low rates of educational attainment. These challenges make their achievements in graduation rates and post-graduation success for students especially notable. IVC serves 7,800 students, 93% of whom are Hispanic. President Lenore Johnson and his team were recognized for creating partnerships with the community to help students get their get on to a career path and earn diplomas. In other local news, Border Patrol San Diego section talks about the number of border encounters. Here's more on that story.
They have released their numbers. They are for this fiscal year, which began in October. The updated statistics indicate Border Patrol agents encountered 109,274 people making illegal entries into the United States. This is a 30% increase from the same time last year, when San Diego sector agents encountered 83,884 individuals. Nearly 60% of the individuals encountered in the San Diego sector were from countries other than Mexico. 77% were single adults. So far this fiscal year, agents have seized 817 pounds of fentanyl. They were on the track to surpass the record set in last fiscal year. 60% of all the fentanyl seized in the United States is seized in San Diego's sector. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Wednesday was a very busy day for El Centro police officers. Along with the irregular calls, officers responded to a home in the 1200 block of Olive Avenue at about 7:15 a.m. when a woman reported a man trying to tear down her fence. The suspect made entry into the backyard of the house and then proceeded to try to steal a Honda dirt bike. The suspect wasn't able to get the motorcycle and was seen running from the property. He was detained by an officer and arrested for vandalism and grand theft. At about 10:50 a.m., officers responded to a residence after it was reported a man was trying to break in. The man was able to gain entry in the house and initially refused to leave when officers arrived. He changed his mind and was taken into custody after police brought in a canine. The 27-year-old suspect was booked into Imperial County Jail for an outstanding warrant. At about 2:40 in the afternoon, officers went to a traffic accident at 8th and Oleander. One of the drivers ran from the scene. He was located a short time later at his residence and taken into custody. The 41-year-old man was booked at Imperial County Jail on charges of hit and run as well as driving under the influence. Traffic stop on South 4th Street at about 5 p.m. ended with a 30-year-old woman being arrested for possession of drugs. The arrest was made after a canine alerted to the pickup truck. The drugs and 2 cell phones were booked as evidence. And shortly before 2 a.m. Thursday, a 26-year-old man was arrested following a traffic stop in the 800 block of West Main Street. The man was booked into Imperial County Jail on charges of driving under the influence. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says under mostly clear skies, temperatures will steadily warm through the weekend, with the Imperial Valley reaching the lower to mid-90s starting tomorrow. A fast-moving weather system is expected to pass near the Four Corners area during the middle of next week. That will result in slightly cooler temperatures, breezy to windy conditions, but no precipitation expected. 84 the high in the valley yesterday, 52 our low. Sunny today with a high near 92. West wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming east. Clear tonight with a low around 63. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast. Saturday, sunny with a high near 98. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast in the afternoon. Sunday will be sunny with a high near 97. Southwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 61 degrees, 39% relative humidity, wind out of the west 3 to 5 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news, served by Kxo Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. The dinner menu features 16 different entrees. Kxo Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial. Let's jump into sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps South Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action. 76ers top the Nets 102-97. Philadelphia leads that series 3-0. Warriors whip the Kings 114-97. Sacramento leads 2-1. And the Suns top the Clippers 129-124. Phoenix leads that series 2-1. Meanwhile, 76ers star James Harden repeatedly said it was unacceptable that he was called for a flagrant foul 2 on Brooklyn Nets forward Royce O'Neal, then ejected late in the third quarter. Yeah, but he did it, and he got tossed. That's the way it goes. Joel Embiid got a flagrant 1 for the in the Sixers win.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, we'll get to baseball scores, but last night, Dodger star Mookie Betts made his first career appearance at shortstop. And Mets pitcher Max Scherzer was suspended for 10 games by Major League Baseball following his ejection for having a foreign substance on his hand during a game. Okay, scores. Padres topped the Diamondbacks 7-5. Fernando Tatis Jr. came back and went 0 for 5. The Yankees whipped the Angels 9-3. Red Sox topped the Twins 11-5. Pirates nipped the Reds 4-3. Rockies shut out the Phillies 5-0. It was the Mets 9, Giants 4, and the Dodgers won. They beat the Cubs 6-2. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
It's financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property, also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. A coalition of attorneys general for 17 states and the District of Columbia have called for a federal recall of Hyundai and Kia vehicles that they say are unsafe and too easy to steal. The attorneys general called for the recall following the company's continued failure to take adequate steps to address the alarming rate of theft of their vehicles, according to a release. And Twitter users awoke this morning to even more chaos on the platform than they had become accustomed to in recent months under CEO Elon Musk, after a wide-ranging rollback of blue check marks from celebrities, journalists, and government agencies. The end of traditional verification marked the beginning of a radically different information regime on Twitter. one highlighted by almost immediate impersonations of government accounts, the removal of labels previously used to identify Chinese and Russian propaganda, and a scramble by the company to individually re-verify certain high-profile figures, such as the Pope. Right now, we're looking at red on the big board. The Dow down 84 points, the S&P 500 off 11, and the NASDAQ off 44 points. Gold down 28.70 an ounce, and oil up 9 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 92. West wind about 5 miles an hour becoming east. Clear tonight with a low around 63. West wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming northeast. Saturday will be sunny with a high near 98. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast in the afternoon. And right now, we have 63 degrees downtown El Centro. With that, 35% relative humidity. Wind out of the west at 3 to 5 miles per hour. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal. You'll find them at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Dr. Marcus, please report to pharmacy.
There's an issue affecting many children that I can't solve alone. It's called toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. It builds up inside, making it harder to fight off infections and illnesses, and increasing the risk for lasting health issues. But there are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. For the second day this week, attention squarely focused on the U.S. Supreme Court for a decision on the availability of the drug mifepristone. It's key in medical abortions and miscarriage treatment and is the subject of an intense court battle. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
The Supreme Court is not being asked to rule on the legitimacy of the FDA's approval of the abortion pill. They are simply being asked to place a stay on the decision of the Texas federal judge disallowing the use of the drug while his decision is being appealed.
White House correspondent Weijia Jiang reports sources indicate President Biden will likely announce his re-election effort next week, perhaps as early as Tuesday.
We are told the president has not made any official decisions or even signed off on a specific date, so it could slide. This will likely be an important topic of conversation this weekend when President Biden will be at Camp David with staff and family.
Storms did destruction in parts of the nation's midsection for a second straight night. Power is out to tens of thousands in several states. In Austin, Texas, drivers were stranded. Some needed to be rescued because of flooding triggered by heavy rain.
I floated with it for a little bit because I didn't know what to do.
Forecasters say storms are possible this weekend in the Mississippi Valley and into the Deep South. It's still a chaotic and dangerous situation in Sudan, where fighting between the forces of two rival generals has crippled the capital, Khartoum. CBS's Imtiaz Tayeb.
According to the World Health Organization, over 400 people have been killed since the violence erupted a few days ago. Many thousands more have been injured, and few have been able to get medical help because the risks in trying to get to hospitals, which are already running out of supplies, are just so high.
And in the Middle East, it's an important day for Muslims.
Tens of thousands of Palestinians gathered at the Al-Aqsa Mosque for prayers marking the end of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan and the beginning of the three-day holiday called Eid al-Fitr. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is the third holiest site in Islam after the cities of Mecca and Medina in Saudi Arabia. The Jordanian-backed Waqf, which controls the site, said that 4 million worshippers had visited during Ramadan, despite clashes between Palestinians and Israeli soldiers earlier in the month. Linda Gradstein for CBS News, Jerusalem.
Former pro wrestler Ted DiBiase Jr. has been indicted in Mississippi. It's alleged companies he runs got sham contracts and misspent millions of dollars in welfare money. Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 74 points. The NASDAQ is down 30 points, and the S&P is down 8.5. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Spring cleaning, dusting, sweeping, and singing along.
A new One poll finds the top 3 songs we listen to while we tidy up for the season are Flo Rida, Bon Jovi, and Katy Perry's fierce tune. The survey finds more than half of us take part in the annual rite of spring cleaning and organizing. 8 in 10 say it makes them feel more in control of their lives. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Belgian customs officers have destroyed more than 2,000 cans of Miller High Life, which has been advertised as the champagne of beers. They did it at the request of champagne makers who say the term infringes on the protected designation of champagne. The beer was headed for Germany. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
I always have my music on.
With Carroll Buckley.
I can't go a day without it.
1, 2, 3